I.S.U.P.K.
This is the I.S.U.P.K. coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Ricard Raya from Florida, and today I'm here to prove to you that the Christian church is telling you a lie when they're telling you that Christ's color don't matter, that there's no color in the Bible. We can't be proven in the scripture. Well, I have the King James Version of the Holy Bible right here, and I'm going to prove it through this. And we're going to start off with Daniel chapter 7 verse 9, which states, I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit. Ancient of Days. Who is that? What is that? What does that mean? Well, let me tell you. What is the oldest thing that you could possibly think of that been here since the beginning of days, beginning of time? The Ancient of Days. What is that? Only thing I could think of is the Most High. The only thing I could think of. The Most High, which is Yahweh in Hebrew. Alright? Whose garment was white as snow. He was rocking that pure white. He was flawless. You know what I'm saying? And the hair on his head like the pure wool. Whose hair is like wool? Can anybody explain whose hair is like wool? That's all I can think of is the Negro. And the hair on his head was like the pure wool. His throne was like the fiery flame, and his will as a burning fire. Alright? Now we already proved that the Most High got some woolly hair. He's looking fly out there. White garment and everything. That proves that there's color somewhere. Alright? Now let's go to Revelation 1 and 1. Alright? Now, if you go to Revelation 1 and 1, it's an introduction to the book. What this book is all about. Alright? Revelations chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ. The revelation. What does that word revelation mean? It means the revealing. So this is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Alright? Which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which were shortly to come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angels unto his servant John. So this is John's vision. This is John's revealing of Christ. Alright? Y'all ignorantly call him Jesus, but his name in Hebrew is Yahweh. There's no J and U in Hebrew. Alright? Now let's go down a little further. What is this chapter revealing? You know, let's go to 13. Alright? And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man. The Son of Man. That's, you know, Christ. Alright? Clothed with a garment down to his foot. He had on some, you know, like those priestly garments. Fringed up. And went down to his feet. And girt about the paps with a golden girdle. A man had on a war belt made of gold, pure gold. Golden war belt. His head and his hair were like wool, as white as snow. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, but I got some white hair in my head right now. You know, my hair is of a woolly texture. So white like color, wool as texture. Who has that? I ain't going to jump to conclusion. Let's read a little further. And his eyes were as a flame of fire. He had some red eyes. You know, you sipping on a little wine. You know, your eyes seem to crack. You get a little red around the whites. You know. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace. Now, the color of brass. Matter of fact, here's a key. A key, this is a brass key. Its texture is brown, naturally. And if you burn it, if you burn anything, if you burn cotton, it's going to turn black. If you burn paper, it's going to turn black. If you burn the whitest thing you could think of, ivory, it's going to turn black. So, and his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace, and his voice as the sound of many waters. My man was loud. He had that deep, loud voice that traveled, that sound traveled. When Christ spoke, everybody listened. Just like you people should do today. Because the only one that's speaking the words of Christ is this man in the I.S.U.P.K. Alright? But let's continue on. Let's go back to Daniel. Alright? Daniel, chapter 10, verse 5 and 6. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of Uphaz. Now, this man, he would sound just like the dude that was in Revelations. My man had a fine linen, he was looking smooth, girded with fine gold of Uphaz. I guess that's an area where they got fine gold from. Top-notch gold. Girded around the paps, like in Revelation, like we just finished talking about. Alright? Verse 6. His body was like the beryl. If you ever seen beryl, beryl's a stone. It got a brown tint to it. In fact, my skin tone is actually close to beryl. If you look up beryl, just look it up. Alright? And his face as the appearance of lightning. My man was frightened. When you see lightning, you hear that sound, you get a little frightened. And his eyes as lamps of fire. You know, like it said in Revelation, eyes like a burning flame. And his arms and his feet. That means his skin, people. His arms and feet. What? Everything else ain't going to be different from that. His arms and feet, like in color to polished brass. I mean, this was some good-looking brass. Alright? This brass was high polished. We already proved that brass is of a brown tint. Shined up real nice. And his voice of his words, like the voice of a multitude. He was loud. The brother was loud. Alright, so that proved that these people are of the brown tint. Alright? You know, if Christ had hair like me, he had skin like me, then what else can he be? Alright, let's go to Jeremiah 14 and 2. Alright, Jeremiah 14 and 2, which reads, Judah mourneth. Now, who's Judah? Judah is the fourth son of Jacob, alright, whose name was later changed to Israel. All right. Now Judah is the progenitor of the tribe of Judah, which is short. The short word for Judah is Jew. All right. So the Jews mourneth. What's mourning? Mourning sadness. They down and out. You know. All right. And the gates thereof languish. Gates is your protection. That's that border. That's that protection. And it languish. Language means that it's breaking down. It's getting weaker. Just like our protection. Our leaders, they ain't doing nothing. They're breaking down. They're weak. They'll do anything for the white man. You know what I'm saying? Martin Luther King, Jesse Jackson, all of them. Malcolm X, Farrakhan. They're weak men. Our protection is weak. Our leaders are weak. In fact, we don't even have no gates. We have no protection. Except for one man, that's Gen.YAHANNA, out of the I.S.U.P.K. The only protection we got. They are black unto the ground. That's telling you right there. They are down and out. They are in these ghettos with no protection. They are black unto the ground. If you dig up the ground is not literally like my shirt. The ground is many shades of brown. Many shades. From light, like cabinet to dark all the way up to like, you know, Wesley Snipes. Judah comes in many shades. Just like all of Israel. Because remember, they one family. They one nation. All of Israel comes in many shades. They are black unto the ground. And the cry of Jerusalem is going up. Everybody knows it. Everybody, the Most High hears our cries. They know we're going through it. The world knows we're going through it. Problem is, the world don't care, but the Most High do. Us men in the I.S.U.P.K, we care about what our people go through. And we've been caring since 1969. All right? The next verse we're going into is Songs of Solomon. All right? We go to Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. It reads, I am black, but comely. Now this is Solomon's words. He's describing himself. He said he is black. Solomon said he's black. It can't get no more cut, clear, and dry that the Israelites are black. Because he is a Judite. He was a king of Judah, of Israel. And he said he is black, but comely. The word comely, if you look it up, it means beautiful, pleasant to the eyes. So King of Solomon, just like most of us, we're good-looking people. All right? O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar. Look up the word Kedar. Kedar means dark. It means dark. It means black. As the curtains of Solomon. All right? Now let's go to the next verse. If you ain't getting it yet, let's go see, you know, one of the most proved servants of the Most High, which is Job. Let's go to Job 30. Job 30, verse 30. My skin is black upon me. Job said it. He just said it. My skin is black upon me, and my bones are burned with heat. His skin is black. Job just said he's black. All right? Now let's go. This is going to be the final verse. Hopefully it's cut clear. Hopefully this brings it all together. All right? We're going to Acts 13. If you go to Acts chapter 13, verse 1, and it reads, Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers. They were in the church and there were certain prophets and teachers. In other classes, you will find out that the prophets can only be of Israel. Alright? But we ain't going to go into that right now. But there were certain prophets and teachers at this church in Antioch, right? As Barnabas and Simeon. Alright? Those were the prophets and teachers. Barnabas and Simeon. That was called Niger. Niger, you know, add an extra G. But if you look up the word Niger, we just spelled like this. N-I-G-E-R. Add an extra G, you know what it's saying. But if you look up the word Niger without that extra G, it just means black. In fact, let me go to the Bible dictionary. Alright. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, and if you go to page 399, it says Niger. Synonym for Niger, black. Hopefully you were able to see it. If not, you can purchase the book. Alright? The word Niger just means black. And it continues. Let me start from the beginning. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius and Cyrene, and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul. Alright? Now these brothers is cleanly brought together that these brothers were black. Everybody that is important in this book is black. The whole nation of Israel is black. Hopefully y'all understand. And with that, I say shalom. Nobody tell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me. And it works something.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to rhythm man blues for this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain, something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord?